So morning, everyone. It's lovely to see you all again for our mindful moment. Please excuse the got a bit of a blocked nose, puffy eyes, snotty sinuses, that sort of thing. It's gone through our whole family. It's also not that unexpected. It's been a very busy time for us all, and then obviously changes in weather, and we were at the rugby on Saturday, and so I've been drinking buckets of lemon ginger honey tea, and I must say now I'm using these ginger drops. So the ginger, actually I've done ginger and lemon, or ginger and wild orange, and then also turmeric with some honey tea, and it's been amazing. And lots of breathe and on guard in the diffuser, and Finn's got a little bit too, and a little bit of breathe and oregano on my chest. So I'm looking after myself, and I did think that if I had had a night like the night before, I would have just sent out a message to say no mindful moment today, but I slept much better. So I am still honoring myself and looking after myself, but I felt up to doing this, and I woke naturally before my alarm, so I thought I'd be ready. So it's Tuesday the 16th of August, a waning moon. Last week's full moon was also a super moon, so I'm not sure who saw it. Please put in the comments if you saw it, or if you felt it, who felt it. I definitely had a couple of nights I didn't sleep so well, which I think has also contributed a bit to this, but I think it was pretty powerful. And then this morning I walked out early, about 5:15, and I got actually quite a shock because I thought it was cloudy, and so I didn't expect to see anything. And there was the most amazing lunar halo. I almost fell over. It was enormous. In fact, I'm going to see if I can share my screen, just because I took a couple of photos to share with you. It was so astounding. So there you go. I don't know if you can see that one. Yes. And then, are these the same image? There we go. I mean, they're not brilliant photos. I just used my phone, but they were it was absolutely astounding and absolutely huge. So it was beautiful. And then a little bit of a red, quite a red sunrise this morning. So let me stop sharing. But I need to get my notes back. So I looked up what does a lunar halo mean, and actually it means sorry, hold on, give me a moment. I've now lost my notes. So lunar halo is a sign of bad weather to come. It could be, so here, if you hope to see one, you'll want to disregard the number one rule of stargazing, not to stargaze in cloudy weather. Lunar halos are actually caused by thin, wispy cirrus and cirrostratus clouds and the reflection and refraction of moonlight by their ice crystals. So similar to rainbows, lunar halos form when light interacts with water suspended in midair. And we saw the most clear and spectacular rainbow yesterday, which was also absolutely amazing. According to weather law, a ring around the sun or moon means rain or snow is coming soon. The superstition isn't far wrong, since cirrus and cirrostratus clouds are often first sign of an approaching warm front. So whenever you spot a halo, chances are you can expect rain or snow within the next 24 hours. So Mandy, you've been warned for your trip to Cape Town. But it's also a sign of divine protection, because it gives us a warning of upcoming unsettled weather. And I suppose in days gone by, people would prepare a bit more for that. And so it's actually a symbol of safety. And it's also a symbol of good luck, because the moon is a symbol of feminine energy, and that is where the real luck lies. So I'm just going to do this one more moment. So on the way down to St. Francis, we listened to a podcast by Germ Warfare. He's quite a fascinating guy, South African, also based in Cape Town, on toxic masculinity. I forget the name of the man he interviewed, Mark someone, who's based in Los Angeles. I'll put it in the comments on my website if you're interested. And it gave me such a deeper understanding of the masculine and feminine energy, but also how really kind of demasculinized our society and our men have become. I'm actually thinking of sending it to the headmaster of St. John's, the prep, because it's very interesting. It was so interesting and worth listening to. And we've also lost that polarization these days of the masculine energy and the feminine energy, and we're kind of all floating around somewhere in between. And I think we left confused and lacking a lot of our purpose and power and joy, and especially the younger generations. And yeah, Mandy, I think it would be interesting for you to watch working with young children. And he talks also about transgenderism being a mental illness. So this isn't gay or lesbianism, people. This is the transgenderism that we're seeing so much, especially amongst girls from the ages of sort of almost like 11, 12-ish, so where they all are declaring their transgenderism. And he says it's a very natural, normal time for us to be defining ourselves, figuring out who we are, separate to our tribe, separate to our family. Adolescence and puberty is a time for emotional exploration, figuring out things. But the transgenderism leaves people very confused, and it's actually a mental illness and should be treated as such. So I'm not going to go much more into it, but it's because I can't explain it nearly as well as he can, and I'll make a hash of it. But I think it's really worth listening to. And it's inspired me to plan a workshop on the masculine and feminine energy, similar to stuff I touch on in my feminine wisdom course, but how we can harness our superpowers, our feminine energy superpowers, like this good luck, and not give away our power, which is a crisis that we're seeing in young women today. Women in their late teens, early 20s. So many mothers have spoken to me recently about their girls drinking huge amounts with their relationships with men and boys, and there is a real crisis in our young women today. So and I think a lot of them and us too easily give away our power. So that was just something to think about. And then looking at the reach of the moon's light with that halo and the moon's energy, it really made me realize that we forget the reach of our energy and the reach of our light, and our own reach. And Caroline Mace, I've been listening to a wonderful course of hers, and she was saying that everything we do or say has a knock-on effect, and that one day we'll be fully aware of the effects of our words and our actions, however small. And for her, that's how she feels heaven and hell are expressed. And she gives an example of a man's near-death experience, and he was sort of shown 2 images of his life that he thought were very insignificant, and both where he'd had actually a profound effect, one negative on someone he had and one positive. And it really had challenged him to bring more awareness to our words and our actions and what we do. And I think at the moment we are being challenged to open our hearts to the world. As many of you know, I listen lots to Pam Gregory, and she was saying it's going to get more and more chaotic out there, more and more confusing, and we really have to find our center in here and do what we can. And it's much easier to harden and to turn away and to be angry and to retreat, to become an island and isolated. And that's almost what's encouraged at the moment for us all to be on our own. And that for me is part of the concern of this transgenderism, because immediately people find a tribe, but then after that they don't. They feel very isolated. They feel like their community, their parents, their family, people, no one accepts them or understands them. And so when we are not in a tribe, in a community, when we are on our own, it's a very weak and sad and depressing place to be. So we're encouraged to be present with each other and to be present with what is, however uncomfortable that may be. Be present with both pain and suffering, and with beauty and joy. We were never promised that life would be anything but pain and suffering and beauty and joy, not one nor the other. And in our mindful retreats, a phrase that came up many times was living raw in the world, or living close to tears. And we often do want to encourage ourselves to live close to tears, and also to live believing that all will be well. So today's practice is a Buddhist practice of loving kindness. It's also called a metta practice, which counteracts the sense of powerlessness that we often have, which contributes to our anxiety of not experiencing that all will be well, anxiety and fear that all will not be well. That drives our clinging and our attachment and our desire for the outcome. And in doing so, it alienates us from our trust and our vulnerability in this world. So a metta practice also awakens compassion and reminds us of our interdependence on each other. And it can be an antidote to the usual sort of selfish sense of happiness, which prioritizes our own well-being and ignores or denies the responsibility for the well-being of others. And so this is a version of a loving kindness practice, which is adapted from a meditation teacher, Stephen Smith, through the Franciscan friar Richard Raw, who I really love and value his work. So we begin in this practice by loving ourselves, because if we don't have a measure of this unconditional love and acceptance for ourselves, it's very difficult to extend it to others. And then we include others who are special to us and ultimately to all living things. And gradually, both the visualization and the meditation phrases blend into an actual experience, which is a feeling of loving kindness, and it's just holding that feeling. So we're first going to start with a poem, but even before that with an oil, neroli, which I'm actually opening. When I saw it was launched last week, I had to get it immediately because it's one of my best scents. And it's actually, when I looked up the emotional qualities of neroli, it's an oil of shared purpose and partnership. So that felt very appropriate for a loving kindness meditation for us all. So I invite you to drop your gaze or soften your eyes, close your eyes, and just allow this poem to touch you. Allow your body to settle in this moment. Sense a settling of your breath and the settling of your attention on your breath. Just to become present with yourself and to become present with this precious moment. I love you, each and every one of you. No burning punishment, no judgment day, no exceptions. I am the quiet smile that asks for nothing, the grace that pulses through tired veins, rain that turns the green greener. Imagine something way too good to be true. That is me. Do you hear me? I am here, always humming the same soft hum. I've got this, dear one. Get up, begin again. Keep moving closer to love, just love. I'll read it again. I love you, each and every one of you. No burning punishment, no judgment day, no exceptions. I am the quiet smile that asks for nothing, the grace that pulses through tired veins, rain that turns the green greener. Imagine something way too good to be true. That is me. Do you hear me? I'm here, always humming the same soft hum. I've got this, dear one. Get up, begin again. Keep moving closer to love, just love. So just allowing in those words to settle in our bodies. I've got this. No need for pushing or striving. No need to do anything but just to be here in this moment. This is our greatest service, both to ourselves and to the world. Noticing your feet grounded on the floor, on the bed beneath you, on a cushion. Just noticing how your feet and legs connect with the earth beneath you. Feeling like of groundedness, like a tree rooted in the energy of the earth, supported and held so firmly that the tree can grow out and extend up towards the heavens as we extend our spine, our shoulders, our head, our neck out of our pelvic bowl, reaching up towards the heavens, towards the moon, the lunar halo, the sunrise, the stars, and feeling both the lightness of the heavens and the groundedness of the earth. Our body holding both in this moment. Balance between both and part of both. Now I invite you to bring your breath towards your heart center, imagining in this moment that you're breathing directly in and out of your heart center. Breathing into the space around your heart. Expansion as you breathe in, and the letting go as you breathe out. Invoking a kind of gentleness towards yourself, a kind feeling, a softening. Dropping beneath any areas of self-judgment or self-hatred. Dropping into a place where we care for ourselves, where we want strength and health and safety for ourselves. Holding ourselves in this space. And then either using the following phrases or ones you choose for yourself. Saying them or thinking them several times, either in your mind or under your breath or out loud. You may want to even hold your hands over your heart if that feels comfortable to you. May I be free from inner and outer harm and danger. May I be safe and protected. May I be free of mental suffering and distress. May I be happy. May I be free of physical pain and suffering. May I be healthy and strong. May I be able to live in this world happily, peacefully, joyfully, with ease. Allowing these words and body sensations to land. And next, move to a person who most invites a feeling of loving kindness in you. Whoever that may be, maybe even it's a pet or a child. May you be free from inner and outer harm and danger. May you be safe and protected. May you be free of mental suffering and distress. May you be happy. May you be free of physical pain and suffering. May you be healthy and strong. May you be able to live in this world happily, peacefully, joyfully, and with ease. Now, perhaps move to a neutral person, someone for whom you feel neither strong like or dislike, someone who you incur in your daily life. Hold the image of them in your heart space and saying the same for them. May you be free from inner and outer harm and danger. May you be safe and protected. May you be free from mental suffering and distress. May you be happy. May you be free of physical pain and suffering. May you be healthy and strong. May you be able to live in this world happily, peacefully, joyfully, and with ease. Now, moving on to someone who you have difficulty with. Someone perhaps that you may have even hostile feelings or resentment or be having a difficult time with. And if you have difficulty doing this, you can just say before the phrases, to the best of my ability, I wish that you be. And if you begin to feel ill will towards the person, just to return to the benefactor and to let loving kindness arise again. And then return back to this person. To the best of my ability, I wish that you be free from inner and outer harm and danger. I wish that you are safe and protected. May you be free of mental suffering and distress. May you be happy. May you be free of physical pain and suffering. May you be healthy and strong. May you be able to live in this world happily, peacefully, joyfully, with ease. Then we move to a person or people who perhaps really need this blessing and love and support at this moment in time. Someone or some people, holding them in your heart space who are going through a tough time, physically or emotionally, financially. Just holding those people that you wish to pray for and bless in your heart space. May you be free from inner and outer harm and danger. May you be safe and protected. May you be free from mental suffering and distress. May you be happy. May you be free of physical pain and suffering. May you be healthy and strong. May you be able to live in this world happily, peacefully, joyfully, and with ease. And finally, extending loving kindness out to all beings, from your immediate circle and community, family, right to all beings. May all beings be safe, happy, healthy, live joyously. May all living beings be healthy, healed, and whole, content and fulfilled. May all individuals have whatever they need. May all beings in existence have safety, happiness, health, joy, and peace. Just staying in silence for a few more moments. And later, if you would like to, I invite you to journal about your experience, if you would like. And then when you're ready, just gently opening your eyes, taking in the lights, colors, sights around you, the names and the faces in front of you. Offering a blessing for each other and for this moment together. Thank you all for being here. And you're welcome to go or to unmute and share your experience, just to chat for a few more minutes. Thank you for the comments. And sending you love and blessings wherever you go. Thank you, Mandy. Yeah, it's snotty, but I'll be good. Thank you, Evan. Lovely to see you, Zoe. Thanks, Paula. Lovely. Thanks for joining. Thanks, those who popped on later and I wasn't able to meet and welcome properly earlier on. Lovely to have you, Paula, Nikki, and Gina, Diana, Alison.
Thank you. I'm always challenged by that last piece, with somebody that you holding on to ill feelings about, and it's such an encouragement, because it's, I heard, I don't know if anyone listens to a hot radio station on a Thursday morning. There's a Reverend Shona, and last week she was saying how sometimes when you've had food poisoning from a restaurant, you don't take a takeaway box. You don't take a doggy bag to kind of hold on to it, and yet we do that.
Yeah, you don't take it with you. You don't take that meal with you.
Yeah,
we sit with it in our body.
Yeah, so that's just really beautiful. Thank you so much.
That's a nice reminder. Thanks, Mandy. Yeah, because we were just discussing this in our family the other day, that as hard as it feels, forgiveness is not really for the other person, it's for ourselves. So that we're not taking that doggy bag and continually feeding ourselves that food poisoning.
Totally.
That's dodgy food.
And in the moment, it's hard, because it's your brain's job to keep you safe, not make you happy. So holding on to that stuff is about self-preservation, And
That's
yeah,
true.
as you say, the forgiveness and the letting go, that's where the grace and that's where the healing is. It's very powerful.
I love that. Gosh, it's the brain's job to keep you safe, not make you happy. Isn't that so true? My gosh.
Anyway, have a beautiful day, everybody. Love you, Nix. Thanks for everything.
Insights. Thanks for sharing that.
Bye. Cheers.
Nix, were you going to say something? I thought you were.
No, thank you, Nix, as always.
Thank you. Lovely to see you. Anyone else?
Feel better.
Thank
you, Nikki. It was beautiful.
Oh, thanks, Angina. Thank you.
Thanks, Nikki.
Thanks,
Wishing you
Ruth.
well.
Thank you. And to you all too. Bye, everyone. Have a happy day.
Thanks, Nix. Hope you keep warm. Have some red wine. It's a good antioxidant too.
Well, no, I had a little bit of that last night. I shouted at because I was sick. But I'll stick with your theory, so.
Absolutely. And your orgasm. Don't forget that.
I'll try that too. Thank you. Thanks for the reminder. Bye.